Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. Now, since you watched this video, we are in the fifth meeting already, and I will share you the material for this meeting for systemic functional linguistic. Yeah. Um, okay. And as you know that we already talked about a lot of things in the previous video of systemic functional linguistics. So transitivity system is one of the context of situation that we already discussed more in my third video. Yeah. Transitivity system or field or additional meaning or experiential meaning, yeah, we will discuss in this video more deeply. So you will understand everything about this transitivity system in the SFL theory as part of the uh, analysis for text. Okay, but before go on further in the material, as usual, I will read for you the vision of English Education Study Program. To become an outstanding English education study program in developing digital based learning material with a local wisdom approach and fostering edupreneurs with global competitiveness guided by noble character or ahlakul karimah, everyone. Yeah. And then I will also give you a surah for our today's meeting. Yeah, it's from Surah Al-A'la, verses 1 to 5. It's about the first command to read. Yeah. Allah asks all of Muslim, yeah, to start a read. Yeah. Learn something by read. So I will recite the surah for you. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم صدق الله العظيم. Okay, everyone. Uh, all of these verses in Surah Al-A'la from 1 to 5 talk about how Allah asks a Muslim to learn something by read as the meaning of this surah. Read in the name of your Lord who created man from a clinging substance. Read, and your Lord is the most generous, who taught by the pen, taught man that which he knew not. So, in this Surah Al-Alaq verses 1 to 5. These verses are the first revelation given to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala began his revelation with a command to read, symbolizing the great importance of knowledge and education. Through knowledge, humans are able to learn, grow, and understand the purpose of life as well as creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala around them. So once again, everyone, if you want to learn something, if you want to know something, you have to read. Never stop to read. In this uh, global era, that the technology is beyond our expectation. Also, there is an artificial intelligence. You know, read. It's not just like when we read something from the book, but today's we can also read from our gadget, from our smartphone, from our laptop, tablets, and many more. Even if we can also read any kinds of information freely. But you have to remember, read something that you need and read also systemic functional linguistic for our lesson in this semester, of course. So everyone, let's continue to our material of systemic functional linguistic in transitivity system. Okay, look at here, everyone. This is the architecture of language. You can see here uh, in the outer one, there is a context. Once again and again, I will always remind you that when we want to analyze text, there is always context. Yeah, text will always accompanied by context. And there is also content or semantic. If we go again deeper, there is also lexicogrammar, phonology, and phonetics. Okay, this is the architecture of language, everyone. And then here we go. In this occasion, we will focus on experiential, or we can say it transitivity system. Yeah. Okay. So what it means by transitivity, why it called transitivity? Look at here. Transitivity system construes the word of experience into manageable set of process types. That's what Holiday said. When we look at the experiential metafunction, we are looking at the grammar of the clause as representation. As with the clause as exchange, we find there is one major system of grammatical choice involved in this kind of meaning. This is the system of transitivity or processes type. That's Aikin said in his book. So both of Holiday and Aikins say that why additional meaning or experiential meaning can be called as a transitivity system because it's construing, yeah, it's construing the word of experience. We know that when we have experience, when we talk about experience, there is a set of event inside the experience. And it must be there is someone, something that doing the experience, the event in the experience. And the doing something is called process. Yeah, process type. Okay, so experiential meaning is expressed through the system of transitivity or process type, with the choice of process implicating associated participant roles and configuration. Yeah, it means that in experiential meaning in transitivity system, there is a combination between the actors, the process that happening in the experiential or in the event, and also the rules that make everything clear from the circumstances. Okay. So look at here. If we talk about transitivity system, so we will find three a part of them. The first is participants, processes, and circumstances. You have to always remember in transitivity system, if you want to analyze a kind of text, you have to always remember these three kind of parts: S- participant, processes, and circumstances. Okay, no, you need to know what you need to know, everyone. The first one, the clause can be thought of as a structural grammatical unit that expresses a given situation. Yeah, remember that clause can help us making a structural grammatical unit as a given situation. A situation can be thought of as similar to the everyday meaning of the word, a set of circumstances, a position in which one finds oneself, a state of affair. In functional terms, it describes or relates a particular processes, what is going on, and particular participant, one or more individual or objects that are involved in the process. This is what I already talked about in the previous slide, yeah? So you have to remember that clause. If you want to analyze a text, you need to uh, make the whole text into a clauses, yeah? You can make it, this is the first clause, second clause, and so on. So it means, or it will help you to make each clause have a situation. And in each clauses, there is a set of circumstances. Yeah. Circumstances, it can be giving you something like, is it the time maybe, or the place, and many more. I will discuss it more after this, yeah, about the circumstances. And also, there is a process that will happen during the uh, event. Yeah, what is going on? And this process also will direct by the participants. Yeah, who is the actor? Yeah, who is doing something like that. So look at here. I will just make everything clear for you by giving you an example, yeah? Let's analyze this email together, everyone. Look at here. Uh, this is a sample of email, and this this is a personal email. We can read it together, yeah. Hi, ma'am. We will be going to Scotland from March 30 to April 2nd. We will go to London April 14th. It's a nice day here. John has taken Tom to the dentist for a checkup. We will see if he agrees to open his mouth. So, from this email, if we just read like that, uh, wh- will you see here? If I ask you about the transitivity system that includes three parts: participants, process, and also circumstances. Look at here. If I ask you who are involved in this email as a participants, we can see here there is mom. Yeah, we never knew uh, whose mom is it. Yeah, because there is no more information about that. It's okay. It doesn't matter. And it should be when there is someone say hi mom. It should be. It can be her daughter or her son, like that, yeah. And once again, there is no more information about that, but it doesn't matter, okay? And then in the first sentence, if you see there, okay, everyone, look at here, yeah. Uh, if we see here in this text, there is one, two, three, four, yeah, four sentences. How I know this is a four sentences? We can see from the punctuation. Yeah, there is a punctuation full stop here, and this punctuation help us that there is a four sentences. Yeah. So when we take a look on the first sentence here, okay, I will go on to the first sentences here. Yeah. In the first sentences, there is a we as the subject. It means that we, a subject that claims there is more than one person. Yeah, not only I, not only you, but we. Okay, more than one person that are going to Scotland. Okay, that's clear, yeah? So, from here, we can find that there is a mom and also we and also someone or the writer who write this email. So I have a three participant already. And in the second sentence, there is also we again. Yeah. And then look at here in the fourth sentence. There's John and also Tom. It's already five, right? Yeah. And also once again, the dentist. So this is a six. Yeah. Or if we analyze deeper, we here can be not it can be the writer and also John and Tom. So we can say that there is a five participants in this text. Okay. And then look at here. For the first analysis, yeah. This short text has four sentences which are clearly recognizable by the punctuation. I already talked about it, yeah. Okay, so in here, we can make it one by one from the sentence. One until four. Yeah. And then look at here. If we want to know the circumstances, the circumstances show in this email is, I will go back to the first. Yeah. In the first sentence, we will be going to Scotland. There is a circumstances here that tell us about the place where they are going to in Scotland. And also in the second sentence, there's also another place that they are going to in the London. Okay. And the last one, they are going to the dentist. Three. Three places, yeah. And for the time, there is also circumstances uh information about the time. March 30 to April 2nd, and also April 14th. Yeah, everything is clear here for the circumstances. So we know the place and also the time. Okay, and then what we gonna do? Okay, what we gonna do here? Also, there is another situation, everyone. It's a nice day here too. In the situation is one of something being something. Yeah. Okay. And then look at here. In the fourth sentence, John has taken Tom to the dentist for a checkup. We will see if he agrees to open his mouth. Yeah. In the sentence four is more challenging. Why? Because it is difficult to determine what the situation is because of the number of verbs. Look at here. This is not just a simple sentence, everyone. But I would say rather than this is a complex sentence. Yeah, because if we see from the verb, not only one verb in this sentence. The first one is has taken, and then we will see, and then agrees. There are three set of verbs here in different processes. Okay. So what we gonna do here, we can divide into a clauses. Yeah. If we have a sentence that a long sentences, it can be complex sentence or compound complex sentence. We can divide it into clauses, everyone. So here I have two clauses. John has taken Tom to the dentist for a checkup. This is the first clause. And then the second clause, we will see if he agrees to open his mouth. Okay, look at here. We might argue that in fact, if we replace the comma with a full stop after the word checkup, we would have two sentences, yeah? We make a two sentences here. And this will more clear for the meaning. But look at here. John has taken Tom to the dentist for a checkup. This clear, yeah? But look at the second one, the six, yeah? We will see if he agrees to open his mouth. This is rather unclear, everyone. Because why? We still not sure about the situation, what they are gonna do, what will happen next, because that's all the story end. Yeah. So there is a two process also in here. Will see and agrees. Yeah, this is something that uh process happening, but we don't know what will happen in the future. Yeah. Okay, that's okay because we are just practicing to analyze the email. So look at here. To analyze, we will see if he agrees to open his mouth. There is a subordinate clause in example. Yeah. If he agrees to open his mouth, however, the tools needed to confidently determine the close boundaries haven't yet been developed, everyone. This isn't something we can resolve now because we need more information about how to determine the close boundaries. As I said, we don't know the end of this story because the writer is just make it stop from this information. Okay. So, what we want to focus on here is an understanding of what we mean by a clause. For our purposes, we will define clause as the linguistic or grammatical resource for expressing a situation, which describes how or what is involved and what kind of relation or activity is involved. It can be a process and the participants that involved in the event that happened. So once again, I remind you in transitivity system, we always find participants, processes, and circumstances. Now look at here. I took this full picture, visual text from a painting, a children's painting, yeah, from the internet. It's fine. But we have to analyze this visual text also. There is no written text here, full of pictures. Yeah. If we want to analyze using transitivity system, the first thing to do is decide what is the participants. If you see here in the pictures, there is only two participants. The first one is, we can call it a grandpa. Yeah. And the second one is a kids here. Yeah. It can be a young girl. Yeah. And after we decide the participant in the text, the second one is we can decide the process. What is the process to run the participants? What they are doing? Look at here what the grandpa's doing. He is skipping everyone. Yeah. Or jumping, skipping. Yeah. And then how about the girl? The little girl here, she is in her bicycle. Okay, or she is cycling. Okay, and that's the process. And what about the circumstances? The circumstances here, we can see the background of the pictures here is in the garden, the house garden, yeah. Yeah, because we can see here there is a house behind the girl. And it means that this is in the garden outside the house. And also, if you take a look on the sky, the color of the sky is blue. It means that the time that they are doing skipping and cycling is in the morning. Yeah. If it is at night, so the color of the sky not in the blue, not a blue sky, yeah. Okay. Next, look at here, everyone. Grandpa is skipping. The girls love grandpa. We know that grandpa is the participant and is skipping is the process. The girl, the girl is also participant. Love is the process. Love who? Grandpa. It can be a participant again. So in here, we can conclude or we can summarize that when we want to analyze using transitivity system, especially for deciding the process, we can use word classes in the verb class. Yeah. We can know where is the process from the verb. Okay, is keeping, love. Yeah. The girl sits on the bike. Sits is the process. Okay. And then next, Grandpa is keeping in the garden. Grandpa participants is keeping process and in the garden is the circumstance. Participants I process is saw. Grandpa is participants again. That's what I want to explain to you here is I want to show you that when we analyze using transitivity system, uh, process, participants, and also circumstances is always become part of them. Okay, so who or what are the main participant in the image? What are the participants doing? What action are they engaged in is the process. What circumstances surrounding this action? And then what details I provided about how, when, where, and with whom. That's all it's about circumstances. Okay. So I will explain you about the circumstances right now. If it's about participants, is rather than clear, yeah. We just know who is the participant. Participants is all that include actor, actress, something that leads the story or the event. Yeah. Okay, so here for the circumstances, a fact or condition connected with or relevant to an event or action. Based on Holiday and Matheson in their books, there are 9 basic types of circumstantial elements that you have to know, everyone. Okay, there are 6 types, okay? The first one is extent. Second one, location. The third, manner, clause, and then contingency, accompaniment, role, matter, and angle. So we go back for the first. I will explain to you one by one. Look at here for the extent. Look at the extent. In extent type, there is subtype. we can divide extent into 3 points. The first is distance, duration, and frequency. If we talk about extent of distance, it means that the question is how far. For example, he ran 3 miles. 3 miles uh, give the information about the distance extent of circumstances. And the extent duration, the question is how long. He ran for 3 days. So 3 days give us the information about duration extent in circumstances. And the last one, extent of frequency, it talk about the how the frequently of the actor. He ran every day. We can also use adverb of frequency here. If you found in the text, in the clause, or in the sentence, uh, kinds of adverb frequency, it can be used as the extent frequency of circumstantial elements. Yeah. And then the second one is location. This is rather common, yeah, because from our example before, we talk a lot about location as the circumstantial elements. There is a two set of kind of location as the circumstantial element. The first is place, where, and the second one is time, when. Where he ran in Toronto, it means saying or give us information about the place. And for the time when he ran last year, it can be the time, yeah, or it can be the date. And then the third is manner. There are one, two, three, four kinds of manner in circumstantial elements. The first one is means. By what means? He saved her with a rope. So with a rope is the information of circumstantial elements of means in manner. And for the quality, how she saved him quickly. Yeah. So this quickly give us the information about the quality. And for the comparison, like what, she run like the wind. Yeah, this is giving us the comparison between something to something. Yeah, she run like the wind. Uh, and then for the degree, manner of degree, how much she loved him more than anyone. Okay. Next is clause. There are three kinds of cows, yeah. There are three kinds of cows in circumstantial elements. The first is reason, purpose, and behalf. Reason is why. She ran because she loved it. Yeah, this is give us information about the reason. Why? Because she loved it. She loved to run. And for the purpose, for what purpose? She ran to raise money. She ran to get the money. Yeah, not only she ran because she loved to run, but she also needs money. So she ran. Maybe she is an athlete, yeah. And then on the behalf, whose behalf she ran for her sister. So here we can see three different kinds of information from different cows. Yeah. In the reason why she ran, because she loved to run. And the purpose, she ran to get the money. Yeah. And why she need money? Yeah, on the behalf of her sister. Maybe her sister is sick and she need to pay the bill for the hospital maybe. or the other things. And then everyone, the next is contingency. There are three kinds of contingency here: condition, default, and concession. In contingency condition, under what condition? In the event of fire, leave the building. Yeah. If there is a condition that there is a fire in the building, you have to leave. Yeah. And then the default, under what negative condition? Without an agreement, the plan will fail. And for the concession, with what concession? Despite her help, the plan failed. And then for the accompaniment, there are two kind of variant. The first is commutative and additive. For the commutative, who or what with? John ran with Jane. And for the additive, who or what else? John wears mittens in addition to his gloves. It's different, yeah. Commutative and additive. And then next rule, the guys and product. For the guys, she spoke as his mentor, and the product he was transformed into a prince, yeah, become something, yeah. And for the matter, this is only one matter. What about he warned me about the film, yeah. And then for the angle, there is a two, source and viewpoint. And for the source, according to whom? According to lecturer, the class is canceled. This is the source, yeah. This information come from who? From the lecturer that the class is canceled. That's the source of information. And from the viewpoint, from whose viewpoint or perspective? To me, he is an idiot. To me, she is beautiful. Nah, to me, she is clever. Nah, to me means a viewpoint. Yeah, like that, everyone. So I wanna just say to you that the extent, location, manner, and cause, these four kinds of circumstance and elements that always we can found in the kind of text. But for this one, contingency, accompaniment, role, matter, and angle, this is rarely found in the common text, yeah. So we are in the end of our meeting in our video. Before I close this video, I will give you the assignment, everyone. First, you have to watch my recorded teaching video, of course. And then after that, you have to understand the material that already explained by me. Yeah, by summarizing all the materials. And then also you need to underline three important key points in transitivity system. You know it already because from the beginning to the end, I always mention the three kinds of element in transitivity system, yeah. Okay, by record it into a video. And then for the video duration, it should be around 3 minutes or more. And also, don't forget to share your link video in a Google Classroom assignment as proof you did the assignment. That's all, everyone, that I can share to you in this time. And we will see again in the next video. Bye.